It is disheartening to hear reports that service personnel are often underutilized, with many relegated to peripheral tasks or left idle in offices and institutions. Government investment in the National Service Scheme is significant, and we expect a return on that investment.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has expressed concern over the underutilization of national service personnel within government institutions, emphasizing the need for a more effective deployment strategy. He highlighted the government's investment in the scheme and its expectation of tangible returns, and welcomed the innovative measures being implemented to shape the future of the Ghanaian youth for the better. President Akufo-Addo, launching the policy document in Accra, assured that the government will provide the requisite logistical assistance and enabling environment to realize the desired objectives. The policy, spanning 2024 to 2034, aims to reposition the National Service Scheme as one of the best in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of mobilization, deployment, and employment. It was developed with the active participation of a cross-section of experts, including the business community and employers, academia, technocrats, as well as the ministries, departments, and agencies. The National Service Program is a compulsory one-year service required of all citizens of Ghana who are 18 years and above at the time of deployment. President Akufo-Addo in his address said the policy guidelines, which aligned with the National Development Agenda, were critical in harnessing the job prospects of the service personnel. He lauded the board and management of the National Service Scheme for instituting those innovative measures, given the crucial role the youth played in Ghana's development.
It is with great pleasure that I join you today for the launch of the National Service Policy 2024-2034 document, which sets out the broad framework for transforming the National Service Scheme from just merely mobilizing and deploying young graduates into various sectors of the Ghanaian economy without more, into becoming a world-class institution which saves and shapes service personnel for success in the professional world. It is a document that should be cherished by the state, international partners and friends of Ghana, the diplomatic corps, user agencies, universities, and other institutions, and its operationalization must be well effected. I want to assure you the government is fully committed to providing the enabling environment, resources, and logistical support to ensure the successful implementation of this policy. The National Service Scheme has operated for years without any formal policy guidelines. This policy document represents a paradigm shift, providing direction for the scheme's delivery and aligning it with government agenda to ensure that service personnel are adequately prepared for the transition from school into the workforce.
Issues concerning youth empowerment, the President said, remained one of the core projects of the government. Therefore, it would continue to build the professional competency of the service personnel for the job market.
The policy being launched today will enhance capacities, reinforce structures, and enable the National Service Scheme to mobilize effectively and deploy increasing numbers of graduates to areas of national priority. The future of our country hinges self-evidently largely on our youth. The youth of Ghana, like those in many African countries and around the world, constitute a significant portion of our population. The 2021 National Population and Housing Census, conducted by the Ghana Statistical Service, indicates that the youth, that is 15 to 35 years old, make up some 38.2% of Ghana's total population, with tertiary graduates comprising a substantial component of this demographic. My government recognizes the immense potential, creativity, and innovation of Ghanaian youth, and we are committed to providing them with opportunities to realize their dreams through initiatives such as the Youth in Agriculture, the Youth Start Program, the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, and support for enterprises of young entrepreneurs by the Ghana Enterprises Agency. The launch of the National Service Scheme today marks a significant step in youth development in Ghana. The policy will operate in a manner that provides training, mentoring, and coaching for prospective and transitioning national service personnel, bridging the gap between theory learned in school and the practical demands of the workforce.
Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, the Minister of Education, for his part, explained that the policy document had been developed to address the challenges that inhibited the effective operation of the scheme.
Today I'm happy that this policy on national service, which is based on innovative deployment, a win-win deployment, you get to serve your nation, but you acquire critical skills to improve your life, not in the too distant future. This is a new national service. Today I'm grateful to the Executive Director for the energy, a different kind of energy he has brought to the national service.
Mr. Osei Asibenchi, the Executive Director of the National Service Scheme, appealed to the government to facilitate the processes of upgrading the scheme into the status of an authority to enhance its operations.
I must assure you that the policy will be followed immediately with a comprehensive implementation plan. It is my passionate appeal to stakeholders to support this next crucial step. Our resource mobilization and deployment was strictly synchronized with the strategies outlined in the policy. To ensure policy coherence, value for money, and determination of sources, the policy will be subjected to diligent review. All programs, projects, and activities of the scheme will be aligned at the various policy strategies, monitored and evaluated on a regular basis. Mr. President, before I conclude, the National Service Scheme, beyond this policy, must be strengthened, capacitated, and significantly resourced to regulate mobilization and deployment of personnel. I strongly believe that this can be done by upgrading the scheme from its status to a more noble and standardized institution. In this regard, I wish to make a passionate appeal to Mr. President that the Ghana National Service Authority Bill 2024, currently before Mr. President, will be approved, and the relevant steps urgently evoked to pass the bill into law.
He underscored the significance of the initiatives outlined in the policy document aimed at elevating the National Service Scheme. Madam Sedinam Tamaklo Atianu, a former Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslok, has received a 10-year imprisonment sentence with hard labor for willfully causing financial loss to the state. Her accomplice, Daniel Aksim, also a former Chief Operating Officer of the same institution, was also incarcerated for 5 years in hard labor. They were charged with stealing 3.19 million Ghana cedis while at Maslok and willfully causing 1.97 million Ghana cedis financial loss to the state. The two were also accused of making unauthorized commitments resulting in financial obligations for the government to the tune of 61.74 million Ghana cedis. Madam Tamaklo-Ationu absconded during the trial after the High Court, presided over by Justice Mrs. Ifeasewa Asariboche, granted her plea to seek medical attention abroad. They were found culpable after the trial, though they denied conspiring to cause financial loss to the state, conspiring to steal, stealing more than 1.7 million Ghana cedis, money laundering, improper payment, and contravention of public procurement laws. Passing judgment, the Court of Appeal judge, with additional responsibility as a High Court judge, considered the fact that the two convicts stole 1.7 million Ghana cedis, being part of an amount meant for a sensitization exercise. They also misappropriated monies for fire victims of Katamanto traders and bought vehicles and mobile phones for Maslock, exceeding the market prices, among others. To deter professional criminals who engage in professional crime, as the judge described it, she directed the prosecution to undertake forfeiture proceedings against Sedina Tamaklo-Ationu, the main culprit. The prosecution earlier told the court that in 2017, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, conducted investigations into certain fraudulent disbursement of Maslock funds involving the first and second accused persons. Investigations revealed that in June 2014, Maslock invested a sum of 150,000 Ghana cedis in Obatampa Microfinance Company Limited, a licensed Tier 2 microfinance company located at Ijra in the Ashanti region. Thereafter, Tamaklo-Ationu offered Obatampa a further investment sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis. As a result, a Maslock Agricultural Development Bank check dated July 24, 2014, in the sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis was drawn in favor of Obatampa. Soon after Obatampa received the Maslock check, the first accused person informed the board chairman of Obatampa that the investment amount of 500,000 Ghana cedis would attract 24% interest. Obatampa decided to return the amount to Maslock since the interest rate being demanded by the accused person was too high and unprofitable for its business, and issued a check in refund of the loan amount. The prosecution said upon the presentation of the check, Madam Tamaklo-Ationu declined to accept the check and made a demand for a cash refund of 500,000 Ghana cedis, which was delivered to her by the board chairman of Obatampa on August 28, 2014 at the Bachona Total Filling Station in Accra. In a letter dated August 28, 2014, Sedinam Tamaklo-Ationu acknowledged receipt of the refunded sum. In 2015, she wrote letters demanding Obatampa for the payment of interest on the principal investment sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis. In response to the demands, Obatampa wrote a reminder to Maslock concerning the payment of the loan amount and drew Tamaklo-Ationu's attention to the unjustified demands, whereupon the demands stopped. Investigations subsequently showed that Maslock had no record of the amount paid to it, and Tamaklo-Ationu appropriated the 500,000 Ghana cedis. A Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Alfred Tia, speaking to the media after the ruling, cautioned public officials that stealing from the state, no matter how small, cannot be tolerated.
It matters not. It can be 1 cedi. Was it properly received? This one is a form of advice and caution to all public office holders that when it comes to monetary matters, you must be very, very careful. You may want to say you receive only 20,000 Ghana cedis as a gift. Were you supposed to receive that money? What was that money meant for? Were you the one who issued the vouchers, as the court said? So this judgment, I recommend that those of us in public office must procure copies and then read so that we know our responsibilities. Because today, you may think that you've not been caught. When you are caught, definitely the law will deal with you as you had it today.
On whether Sedinam Tamaklo will be compelled to serve her sentence as she had absconded, the Deputy Attorney General disclosed that the Attorney General's office has initiated the processes for her extradition to Ghana from her hideout in the United States to serve her sentence in Ghana.
What is refreshing is that she will be brought down to face the sentence. No problem at all. So we've started the process, and with this judgment, that's going to speed up the process. And you know, Ghana, we have various laws. You can choose to stay away. But so far as you have laws relating to how you can extradite from one country to Ghana, in case there's a judgment against like this one, rest assured that she will be brought down to face justice. I may not throw out so much for you, but we have the MLA, Mutual Legal Assistance, US, we have that conflict with them. So very soon, we hear about the results. So just rest assured and keep monitoring the space. I think the state attorneys are here. In the course of the trial, they made it known to the court that the issue about extradition may be tackled. But the preoccupation was to make sure the matter proceeded to finality. And today, we've come to that stage. And so we're going to take that next step. When it comes to extradition, sometimes you start and have some kind of problems, blocks. The person may choose to appeal all manner of things, but this is the situation where we have final judgment. It's not as if you are being brought here to be tried, or you can raise all the defense out there that maybe they're persecuting or whatever, but it's a judgment. And so that's why I said, you hold on. Very soon, you should be brought down to Ghana to face justice.